to the Science Center for a gymnastics demonstration. My name is Dean. I'm the owner of Finger Lakes Gymnastics. And we have some gymnasts here who are going to show you a little bit of what they can do. The reason why we were asked to do a demonstration at the Science Center is gymnastics really is a sport that encompasses science. We have the biology, which is of course getting the gymnasts to use their muscles and their minds to do really fun, exciting stuff. Of course, there's the chemistry involved with making sure that they're eating healthy foods so they're strong enough to do those things. And gymnastics is really a sport of physics. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, and everything we teach in gymnastics is to try and break the laws of gravity and break the laws of physics as much as we possibly can. So I'm just going to introduce the gymnasts to you. They're going to give you a little wave and say hi. These guys love applause. All of the gymnasts here, they do competitions, so they're used to doing gymnastics in front of people, and they really enjoy it and thrive on it. So if you see something you like, feel free to applaud. It will not disturb them or bother them in any way. But let me give you a little introduction. I'll have them wave, and then maybe we'll give them a little encouraging round of applause once we begin. So we have Liz, and Casey Ruth, and Emma, and Megan, and Emily, and Alina, and Caitlin, Serenity, Jordan, another Caitlin, and Heather. And these gymnasts, Alina, how old are you? 7. These gymnasts are anywhere from 7 to 16 years old. A lot of them started doing gymnastics when they were 2 or younger, and just did regular classes, and then eventually moved on to our team. And these guys come in anywhere from 4 to 16 hours a week, depending on their age and level. And again, without further ado, we're going to show you some of their gymnastics. Gymnasts have to do skills both forwards and backwards. Involved in coaching the sport is, of course, there's progressions. We have to start with some of the simpler or easier skills, make them as good or as perfect as we possibly can, and then they can move to harder skills. For example, you saw some of the gymnasts do cartwheels, then you saw some of the gymnasts do a cartwheel with one hand, and then the last things you saw was a gymnast doing a cartwheel with no hands, which is called an aerial. Eventually, those kids get more comfortable with those skills. Not only do they do those skills on the floor, they wind up doing them on the balance beam as well. So it's pretty cool.
Can you do a cartwheel on the balance beam?
Are they walking around?
Everything you see them doing here on the mats, they do on the balance beams.
losing hope.
Including that. Gymnastics is a sport, like I said, that requires both strength and flexibility, and a portion of what we do is just practicing to get stronger. We'll show you a little bit of our conditioning. Girls, you can go into a push-up position. Now, when we work push-ups, it's not enough for us to just do push-ups and let whatever happen, happen. When these guys do push-ups, they have to simulate the shapes they'll do on bars, so their back has to be nice and round, their booty has to be pinched nice and tight, their legs have to be nice and straight, and they have to stay that way. Sometimes for like 7 hours at a time. No, I'm just kidding about the 7 hours. So we're going to show you a couple push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. You guys can flip over. A lot of what we do in the sport of gymnastics requires a strong core or a strong stomach. Everybody's working, of course, on getting their 6-pack or their 8-pack in their stomach. I went to the fair yesterday, so my 8-pack disappeared. But these guys, I all guarantee, have a 6-pack. They're going to show you some of their stomach conditioning. We're going to do a thing called V-ups. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Thank you, very nice. So we also have to do, although, before you go, Caitlin and Emma, these guys also have to do skills that look like they require a lot of balance, which is, they do, but actually, believe it or not, the skill that they're about to show you, which is called a press handstand, actually requires quite a bit of strength. And sometimes people don't realize how much strength the gymnast has to have. And this involves their shoulder muscles, their stomach muscles, and of course their leg strength in keeping their legs straight and hopefully their toes pointed. Okay, go ahead, girls. Sisters, and even their father, who's sitting here in the audience today, can do that, but we're not going to have him demonstrate today. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, these are the gymnasts from Finger Lakes Gymnastics. If we could give them a round of applause. Thank you all so much for attending our quick demonstration. Just so you guys know, we're located in Ithaca on Commercial Avenue, and we are actually having an open house tomorrow from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. We actually start classes at 16 months old, so if you've never been there, or maybe you're a family who's been there before and want to come back, you can come to our open house tomorrow from 1 to 3. We have postcards with information right up on the corner over here. And yes, the girl on here is here today. That's Caitlin. She'll sign this for you if you want. She doesn't even charge any money. But what we'd like to do now is if there's any children who would like to try some gymnastics, we can do for a couple of minutes. We have our cheese mat set up for forward